What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of the 10 Horse Money YouTube channel. And it's chilly, but the sun is out and it's the day off, so we're going fishing. We got a major Arctic blast coming our way and things are going to change. It's going to be below freezing for at least a week, so this is really the last day I've got to get out here. And you know, jerkbait right now is a good thing to be throwing, and we've caught some fish on jerkbait in the last couple videos, but today we're going to go out and throw some of these smaller, the junior version of the jerkbait. You know, the Pointer 78s and the MegaBass Vision 110 Junior. I don't know if it's called a 110, but that doesn't make sense because 110 is 110 millimeters. But anyway, the +1 Junior and the junior versions. But this is the Lucky Craft SP78. Really good bait, and we're gonna the whole thing today is we're gonna try to figure out where the fish are at, what kind of location. I think I'm gonna be able to catch some fish kind of off the grass a little bit, but the depth is gonna be another deal that we're gonna have to figure out, and mainly what color jerkbait. Like this one right here is kind of a crappie colored jerkbait. This one here is more of a bluegill type of jerkbait. I don't know if that sun's in your face, but more of a bluegill type of jerkbait. And then we've got, you know, a shad. This is called baitfish. This has been one of my best jerkbaits of all time as far as a finesse type jerkbait. These are the DD versions, so they're going to be getting down there, I don't know, around 7 to 9. And I've got them weighted kind of to slow sink. This one right here is just a standard SP78, so it's still going to get down there about 5 to 7. And we've got the MegaBass up there on the front. So we're just going to try to figure out, you know, a color, depth, and location. We've also got a finesse jig. I'm just going to be throwing this little runt finesse jig by Cumberland Pro Lures, just around hardwood cover like that. But beautiful day. We got Finley out here. What's up, Finn? She's sleeping. She's wore out already. But you know, it's supposed to be up to 50 today, and the wind's not going to blow, so we're going to put our heads down and see if we can scratch out a few fish before it gets dark. Works like a charm. Ooh. Got him. So now look at that fish, came up off the bottom. Grab that bait. That was awesome. Little finesse jerkbait. Didn't even see that fish on the bottom. Just came up out of nowhere. Grabbed it. Made to switch to that orange belly too. Good job, Finn. Come on, buddy. Just got one hook in the front. There we go. There we go. Just making a little belly change, man. A little bit different jerkbait, but changing that belly and belly colors, man, it can be the deal. You really got to experiment. Each day's a little different. I mean, there's generalities, but you know, you still have to play around until you figure out what's going on. There you go. Decent fish. He's a little skinny, but happy to have him. Water temp is between 42 and 44 degrees. There he is. They're right in the grass down on the bottom. Fish was sitting right on the bottom. Here we go. A little finesse jerkbait. Back to that orange belly. I mean, I had some fish turn away from it, but I went through a rotation of different baits, and so far this seems to be the only one I can get them to bite. Man, these hooks are sharp. There we go. You know, jerkbait fishing is one of those techniques that color really, really makes a difference. I went through a variety of colors on this day, and you know, based on the conditions, it was sunny, slick. This color jerkbait is something that I've had a lot of success on in the past. Let me turn this light on so we can show you. But something with, you know, a bait fish colored jerkbait, black back, kind of the reflective, flashy silver sides, and a white belly. And I threw this for a little while, but I could not get any bites on it. I threw the bluegill color jerkbait, which is another all-around good color, and just wasn't getting the response. And I'm looking at some of these fish. I'm not looking at all of them. I was really focusing on the grass line, but there were a handful of fish that I got to see react to these different baits, and they just weren't responding to these colors like I was hoping they would. So I had to go to this color. You know, the deal is with the jerkbait, before I show you this color, the water is typically really clear in the wintertime, and you're moving the bait really slow. So you're hitting this a couple times and it's just sitting there. So it's one of the baits that they really have a chance to kind of break down. They really look at it. They've got all the time in the world to swim up to it, and they can really take a look at it and kind of break it down. And if it looks unnatural, something doesn't look right, they take off. So that's why color can be really, really crucial. Another great color in that scenario that I didn't have in the smaller finesse jerkbaits is a Pro Blue. That's a really good, you know, clear, sunny, calm conditions with, you know, with the clear water. That's another really good color. But I couldn't get them to bite several of the colors that I tried, and I finally started getting a few bites on this right here. This is just the MegaBass, the junior, but that orange belly, the stain reaction is this color, OB, and this is the, you know, the +1 version, so it was getting down there a little bit further. But I had, the first fish I caught was on this, and then I had a couple kind of shy away from it, but then they started showing a lot of interest in it. And if you look at this bait, even though it's got that orange belly, it is still translucent. So that would make sense on a, you know, on a sunny day, clear, calm conditions, that something like this that's kind of translucent is going to be the way to go. And that's exactly what it was. I just kind of kept that in my hand once I was getting some feedback on it. And with these smaller jerkbaits, when should you throw the smaller jerkbait? Well, honestly, you should kind of keep both, like the standard 110, 112 size and the junior versions, on the deck at all times. But I would say sometimes when it can really make a difference is when the water is really, really clear. And just like a finesse presentation works really well in clear water. You know, the water this day was probably 6 foot of visibility. You know, anywhere from 5 to 6, maybe even 7, because, you know, that sun was out and those fish could see really good. So that's the kind of conditions where you don't have any wind, you don't have any cloud cover. The fish are getting a real good look at the bait. So that's a good day to throw something a little bit finesse here. Another time is when you're getting a lot of pressure. There's some lakes that get hammered in the wintertime, and the jerkbait is, you know, the A-rig and the jerkbait are two baits that get thrown a whole lot. With an A-rig, I've had success downsizing my swim baits. Instead of throwing like a 3.8 or a 3.5, going down to a 3, you know, a 3.2, 3.3, or even a 2.8 on the swim bait side. And the same thing can be true with a jerkbait, going down to these, like this is the Lucky Craft SP78. A little bit smaller jerkbait is a little bit different. Most people are throwing the standard size, and some days that will get you a little bite. And even on a lake where they are hitting the 110, there are days when they just get in a funk. You can go bigger, like a 130, but you can also go smaller when the fish aren't reacting to that 110. step down a size, and you'd be surprised on the amount of bites that you can get. Another scenario is if you're fishing in a lake or a pond. A lot of us like to walk the bank, and there are a lot of smaller fish in some of these farm ponds. You know, you're fishing for a lot of pound and a half, 2 pound fish, and this appeals to those smaller, a little bit smaller fish. And crappie. Crappie really like these smaller jerkbaits. You find a school of crappie, it's a blast to throw these little bit smaller jerkbaits. And instead of catching them on jigs, you can catch them on these jerkbaits and just kind of mix it up. But as far as the equipment, I'm using the same equipment that I throw the 110s with. This is a Jewel Vertus. This is the Blue Diamond. It's their stick bait rod. It's a 6'8" medium fast. Excellent jerkbait rod. I just got this year, and I've been super pleased with it. I've got 10-pound fluorocarbon on here and a 7-to-1 gear ratio reel, which is mainly what I use. It's just multi-purpose. It works great with everything. So you don't need any really special equipment. Most of these jerkbait rods are finesse enough. You know, they're medium. This is a medium fast, so it's got a lot of tip. So you can throw these lighter crankbaits. You can throw your, you know, like your shad wraps, your a little bit lighter, you know, flat-sided crankbaits, things like that. So these little finesse jerkbaits work great on this rod. It's a multi-purpose rod and very sensitive. I've been very happy with it. And there are a lot of these junior / finesse style jerkbaits available. Most companies that make a jerkbait, they also offer a downsized version of it. The Husky Jerk, Rapala Husky Jerk, was probably the first smaller style jerkbait that I fished. They make a Rogue. This is the Rogue. What is this? This is the Super Rogue Junior, I believe. So it's their 2-hook model, and it's a little bit bigger than like these SP78s, but it's still what I would consider, you know, a finesse junior style baits. And of course the SP78, the MegaBass, most companies do have that junior version. So when you're out there fishing, try both versions during the day, and usually the fish will show a preference for one or the other. It's crazy. There he is. On the paws, for the calls. Feels like a better fish. Yeah, that's a good fish. Big old crappie. Dang. Big old crappie, folks. Did it like a big bass. It's a good one. See if I can get this sucker in. Yeah, I think we got her. Yeah, man. Pretty decent crappie. There's a big old pile of them out there. Been fishing around them off and on all day long. It's starting to get cold. It's starting to get cold. The sun's getting low in the sky and winds. Oh yeah, got a looker, guys. Got a looker. He turned away. I think I'm gonna have to change colors. I had one. So what's going on here is I got this bait. It's got an orange belly, and this water's a little clear up here. Just had a pretty good fish come out and look at it. Thought he was gonna hit it. He didn't. He turned away. So we're gonna go with a little bit different colored belly just to see if it makes a difference. I'm gonna put this perch color back on. It's got a little bit of orange right there, but it's got kind of a, I don't know, kind of more gray belly. And just to see, you just never know. Sometimes a little bitty thing like that can make a big difference. Got him. I got him. I hit that stump. Saw some fish sitting in that thing. Get back out off of it and see if we can catch another one. Alright. Definitely found the right color. Just gotta keep on moving. Just gotta keep on moving. That riprap barge over there, they're laying a bunch of riprap on this lake. It's crazy. It's starting to look like Baldwin Lake. That fish got it good. I mean, he ate it like he's supposed to. There's several more up there. It's a decent fish. Nothing wrong with that fish. Man, it's fun fishing these little smaller jerkbaits, just mixing it up. And I got to stay off that point because there's about 4 or 5 more up there. I don't know if they'll bite, but they are up there. So, see if we can catch another one. Make a little run. Not far. Crappie. Big crappie. I look just like a big old bass on the graph. That's a fat crappie. Big old fat crappie. Nice. That's the ones that look like bass on the graph. Picked up that little minnow. And I don't know. I'm just seeing some fish out here deep. So we're just kind of mixing it up. Finesse jerkbait. Little minnow. Man, I thought those were bass. They sure look like it. There's just about 5 or 6 of them down there. And they're not. They just look like bass. There it is. Looks like a good fish, guys. There we go. Okay. Quality fish there on the jig. Close the day out. Hey, it was kind of slow out here, but we kept our heads down. Had a good day. Caught a few fish, mainly on the jerkbait, and right here at dark, just throwing that little runt finesse jig by Cumberland Pro Lures, and that fish nailed it. There's a little group of them up there on that point, and I saw it follow it down. Little spots, man. It's really cool in the wintertime. They start getting spots either on the tail. It's cool. So hey, give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time. That was fun. That was fun. It's all getting ready to change. We're getting ready to get into some real hardcore winter stuff. So it's nice to spend one more day out here before it gets brutally cold. Till next time.